time warp. I enjoy doing the random time warps. Okay, so last time, lots of talking about honey trees, and I mentioned that and you got to see in long, loving detail me spread honey on several trees, and it didn't do anything, because you have to come back within 24 hours, or otherwise it's gone, so yeah. There was no reason for me to do that, since I did not come back and play it the next day. Whatever. Not like I'm gonna get a Munchlax off of those trees anyway, unless they happen to be one of the ones that works with my secret ID, so not gonna worry about it. There were a few comments basically saying, like, you should just basically hack in a Munchlax and use it anyway. I don't really want to do that. I will do it if I find a shiny, though, because I won't be using whatever the shiny is, so the Munchlax will basically be my replacement for it. So here we have the first NPC that decides to follow you for no real reason. Or, sorry, we decided to go with, because we definitely got a choice in that matter. So yeah, it's kind of your typical forest, but because you have a person with you, you get to have double wild battles, which are super exciting and fun. They're alright, they're double battles. The annoying thing about these is... Oh, I completely forgot to grab the thing. If you're trying to catch a Pokemon with her following you, you basically have to KO the other one, because let me let the game speak for itself here. No, it's impossible to aim when there's two Pokemon. I don't understand why. And that has carried into Gen 6 with the Horde battles. Like, it's such a stupid mechanic, but it's annoying because you have to KO the other one, and her Pokemon is usually going to attack the one that you want to catch, and it kind of pisses you off. Now, it is just a Chansey, so it doesn't have much attack power to speak of, and you can also KO the Chansey if you need to, but it's an added annoyance. Especially if you happen to run into a shiny in these woods, which I was gonna say I haven't, but actually no, I did. I did find a shiny Wurmple in here, in Pearl. It was, not when she was following me, though. It was, like, post-game. I forget why I came back here. Anyway, over there was the Moss Rock. It's used to evolve Eevee into Leafeon, if you are into such things. So let's just get a trainer battle out of the way here. Don't really have too much to say about these, because they're probably not going to be particularly interesting. The benefit to traveling with a partner here is that every time you finish a battle, whether it's with a trainer or with something in the wild, she will completely heal all of your Pokemon for some reason. With this one, it kind of makes sense because it's a Chansey and they can use, like, soft-boiled, even though when you're looking at just purely at mechanics, like, it has to sacrifice its own HP to heal you, so you really wouldn't be able to do that infinitely. But there's going to be other companions later on in the game that also do this, and they don't have Chansey, so I guess they just have, like, an endless stock of full restores and stuff. It's kind of weird. But it's good, though. If you need to do any grinding, this is a good time to do it. I would like to not die here. Can we please kill the Beautifly? Okay. And we've got another one, which is probably going to have only Harden. Let's find out. Oh, no. Took you long enough to use Refresh there. How many turns was that thing paralyzed? I don't even know. Jeez, that was a lot of damage from that Mega Drain. That was kind of a terrible pun. And then she just goes, "Oh, you!" And then I will forget to splice in that picture of the guy looking at the dog. You know the one I mean. Found a Paralyze heal. Oh boy, more double battles. Yes. Okay. I wonder if they're gonna be psychics. And I wonder if they're gonna use, like, Ghastly instead of psychic types. Oh, no, they're not actually. Okay. For some reason I was expecting them to. Oh boy, synchronize. A lot of stuff happened there all at once, and I was not paying attention to any of it. So wait, I think... Yeah, that thing used hidden power. I was speeding up past it, so maybe this is what I was thinking of. Because several episodes ago I mentioned, like, the trainer school where the kids have ab-res and you get hidden power from beating them, but... I don't know why I would see this battle and think that, so I'm still gonna claim that I was correct about that. I don't know. So anyway, most interesting thing about these woods is just the version exclusives, because in Diamond you can find Murkrow here, in Pearl you can find Mischievous. Platinum decides to do away with both of those, because the general trend with third version games is that certain exclusive Pokemon will have both available and certain will have none, so that's the case with those. Same with Glameow and Stunky. Glameow and Stunky, for that matter, were really freaking hard to come across for a really long time, because they weren't in this game, they're not in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they were not in Black or White, unless you count the Dream World, and they're barely in Black and White too. They are in those games, but under really specific circumstances. It's like, to get Glameow, you have to do a specific post-game FunFest mission, like in White 2 specifically. And if you host a multiplayer one and someone with Black is joining it, then they can catch Glameow off of your game without trading for it. And then, like, opposite goes for Stunky with Black too. But it's like such a weird, specific thing you have to do. I don't know. And then in Gen 6, they, made Stunky normally available in X and Y, and Glameow in Diamond Pearl, or Diamond Pearl, that's clearly what I meant. You know what game I mean. But, I don't know, it's just one of those weird things. It's like Pokemon that you wouldn't think should be that rare, but just are anyway. So, anyway, let's just get uninteresting battles out of the way. Here, of course, we have Silcoon and Cascoon, which are fundamentally the same exact Pokemon. I'm pretty sure they have the same base stats. They're barely any different looking, and they have the same exact moves, so I really don't know why they have to both exist. It's basically just a way to let you know what your Wurmple's going to evolve into 3 levels earlier than you normally would. This might not end well. Okay, paralysis is always good. Also, for some reason, like, most pictures that you'll see of, I believe, like, I want to say most pictures you see of Cascoon show it with 2 eyes, or no, Cascoon has 1 eye, Silcoon has 2. Let me actually see what they look like in the decks here. Because they both actually do have 2 eyes, it's just you usually don't see that in the sprites. Yeah, because it's like that spike on the left is actually, like, in between its 2 eyes, I think. Yeah, they're weird, I don't understand that. I don't know if there's ever been a sprite that shows them both, but I'm probably completely wrong about that. So let's go ahead and get out of this place, because I'm not really having that much excitement with it. I don't know why I keep checking, like, oh, I didn't just make sure my Pokemon's healed, even though I'm getting healed after every battle, and I have the bottom screen to show that, so I need to, like, get used to looking at it. Oh, Pastry. I will always refer to Psyduck as Pastry now. Not going to explain why, I just will. But anyway, up here we have the, after running into more Voodoo, we have, no, never mind, I was wrong. Okay, what's down this way? By the way, Beautifly, I think, is only a 1% encounter rate, so if you're like me and like to try to catch everything possible in the wild instead of, like, evolving stuff, have fun. It's not nearly as bad as the wild Dragonites in the Gen 5 games. I believe they're in all of those. Because you can find wild Dragonites in whirlpools at the Dragon Spiral Tower, but you have to fish in the whirlpool, and there's a 1% chance. So first you have to get a whirlpool to spawn, which is annoying anyway, and then, yeah. So I spent way more time than necessary doing that. Okay, so anyway, this is the old chateau. Not that you can actually see it yet. You need cut for it, which you can't use until after the second gym, so... Soothe Bell, alright then. That is good if you need to do a bunch of happiness evolutions. I am specifically avoiding those, though, so Soothe Bell will not be very useful for me. And I think I'm pretty much done with these woods, so let's go ahead and leave and battle more trainers, because that'll be fun. It's a shortcut back to Route 205. Need cut for it, though. I think there's a honey tree on that path. This looks suspicious, and it was not. Excellent. Okay, how many low-level water types will I be able to beat here? 17 isn't specifically low-level. There's like, you always have the person with 6 Magikarps, but then there's also the person that has like a couple Goldeen, a couple Horsey, like random stuff like that. Horsey isn't. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh boy. Mega Drain spam. Horsey isn't in the Sinnoh decks, I don't think, but, actually, no, I'm positive that it's not. But it was just an example. Don't judge me, bro. Well, wasn't that enlightening? How about you? What do you got? Are they actually going to be tough, or are they going to be more Golden? Oh, even better. Okay, what's his third gonna be? It has to be a fish, and it has to be in the Sinnoh decks. There is Finneon, but I know that you don't run into those until way later in the game for some reason, so... Barboach? Or just another Magikarp, okay. Whatever. What do we got over here? Ooh, a Guard Spec, my favorite item of all time. Okay, what the hell does Guard Spec even do? I've been playing this series for 20 years, and I still don't know what they do. Battle items, right? Yeah. I see. So it's... Haze? I think is what does that? I don't remember. I never use Haze or Mist. I always confuse those in my mind. Here's a honey tree. Here's some berries. I could replant the berries and, like, be a productive member of society, but I'm not going to. I like having these as alternates for, like, Antidote, Paralyze Heal, that kind of stuff. Alright, and here we have Eterna City, which has the best music. God damn it, Donut, you interrupted the music. Oh yeah, I gotta check out that Pokemon statue. Yeah, there it is. It sure is a thing that is possibly a Dialga Palkia hybrid thing. I have no idea what this thing is. Don't mind me, I'm just mysterious and not a villain at all. Okay. Yes. Good advice. It's right here. There's nothing to check out, unless you're talking about the random Draco plate hiding out behind it. When the universe was created, its shards became this plate. Okay. do like this song, though. I believe it is the best song in the game. Well, you didn't investigate it very well, because you didn't find the Draco plate, so good job there. Yes, I've seen the goddamn Pokemon statue. It's not that impressive. Oh my god, everybody is obsessed with the statue. Okay, what does it say? Okay. You've forgotten big chunks of it, such as the entire thing's name. Wow, okay. I thought the plate was actually on there, and then, like, it was just worn off. Maybe that was in the original Diamond and Pearl, I don't know. This building doesn't have a door. There's a Pokeball back there, which I would like to get, but I can't because I don't have Cut. There's a building here. Cynthia, what are you doing here? Cynthia, she's a real good dancer. Cynthia, she's totally a developer's wife because she's been included in every single goddamn game since this one. Cynthia... Yes, I've seen the goddamn statue. Holy shit. What the hell is with this statue? Obtained the... I'm gonna pronounce that phonetically. Hmoy. Kendra put the Hmoy in the TM's and HM's pocket. And she wanders off with her weird Lucario ears that she has for some reason, and then decides to stop halfway through the road. No? No? Okay, I thought she stopped in the middle of the road and gave you something else. Maybe not. Maybe that's later. Okay. Did I check this house? Stupid herbal medicines. I don't understand the point of these. Like, they're a cheaper alternative to, like, I think there's one that's like 200 HP, so it's like a hyper potion, but I don't like using them. I don't know. Okay, Route 211. This one is relevant to my interests. I will be back there in a few minutes, though. I would rather complete exploring the town here, so... Here we have the underground house, I think. Yeah. Bunch of info that would be useful if I could do anything with this, but... Here, I'll go ahead and show off the Explorer kit in a minute here. Yep, I'm definitely gonna do it. What about you guys? Right here is a really weird line, because it doesn't explain what this means, and I am going to go into detail on this in a minute here, but, yeah. Okay, so let us, set up a save state first, and let's check out this Explorer kit. Yeah, there we go, saving. And fall in a hole, and... Oh, wait, it worked? The fuck? Hold on. Why is this actually working? Okay. I was pretty sure this didn't work. Because, I've tried using this in ROMs before, and as soon as you try to launch the, like, wireless connections, the game just kind of dies. That's... Huh, okay. Alright, well, since I'm down here, let me go ahead and dig up some stuff. How does this work again? You have to, like... It's been forever since I've done this. God, I have not played the underground thing in so long. Good to see that it still has lag, too. There's, like, noticeably more, like, control lag when you, are in the underground than anywhere else in the game. And it's because of the, like, wireless communications, I have to assume, but since this is not really using those, I'm not sure why it's still lagging out. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's unreachable. Okay, never mind. I would like to find some treasure, because I am here, so I figure I'll make the most of it. I'm kind of curious if it'll let me keep going back, or if this was like a one-time fluke that it happened to work. But anyway, what I was going to explain about the fossils is, Diamond has access to, the skull fossil, which is used for Cranidos, and it has an easier time of finding, the fossils for Anorith and... Is it Kabuto? Anorith and Omanite, I think it is. It gets easier access to those, and it also can find, Sunstones, Firestones, and Thunderstones relatively easily. Pearl is the opposite, so it gets the fossil for Shieldon, and it has easier access to, Lileep, Kabuto, Moonstone, Waterstone, Leafstone. So Pearl actually gets a much better deal in terms of evolution stones, because the ones that it uses are used for more Pokemon. It's, like, I'm not gonna do the math right here. I could, but nobody needs to hear that shit. So Pearl gets the better deal with that. The fossils are, like, kind of a non-issue, because you'll be able to find them if you look long enough, and you don't really need multiples, whereas the evolution stones you do. Platinum's a bit weird in this regard, because it actually, it can have either, but it depends on, like... Oh boy, I gotta buy that potted plant. It depends on your ID number. If you have an odd-numbered, like, ID, then you get diamonds loadout, and if it's even, then you get pearls. And I don't think this is really well documented. I've never really seen that on any fan sites, or even on, like, the main ones like Cerebi, Bulbapedia. Also, why is there no freaking treasure anywhere? I say, as I think I finally found some. Are we possibly near any? Possibly? Let's see. Can I get to this place? Okay, I'm gonna navigate by, fuck. I'm gonna navigate by the map. It'll be easier. I think it's over here. What was I saying? Oh, seriously? Okay. Here we go. Finally found some treasure. Alright, so let me see if I remember how I do this. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Come on. Alright. So, let me go ahead and try to dig up some stuff here. There's an orb. Actually, stick with that. There is kind of a method to doing this that works fairly well. Basically, if you haven't ever played this minigame, you want to try to find as much stuff as you can before the wall basically breaks down. And so that crack on the top basically indicates how many times you can hit the wall before it crumbles. The hammer hits a wide area but doesn't dig as much, and the pickaxe is, like, more controlled and does more damage, I think. So there's one more item in here. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to. Whatever it is, we will hope it was nothing useful. So yeah, I've spent a very long time in the underground in the actual games. You get some pretty decent stuff from here. This is the best way of getting evolution stones. You get some held items, you get the fossils and stuff, and you also get shards, which are good for move tutors. I don't remember if they're actually that useful in Diamond and Pearl, but they are in Platinum. And I picked up that Draco plate earlier. That's one of the Arceus plates. There's 16 of those. You can find one of each just kind of like in the game normally, and then you can also get a duplicate of each from the underground. Like, you'll be able to just find them while digging, but it's restricted to one of each type, and after you find one, it doesn't reappear. So, I'll dig like one more time. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for because I don't need any evolution stones or fossils or anything for this playthrough, but shards would be nice. I might have to do this off screen if it actually does let me go back. So let's go ahead and just leave because I don't need to show this off any further, really. Here, let me go ahead and change the screen back. There we go. So, what does this guy give you again? Oh, just traps, for some reason. There, I found some treasure. The spheres are used for trading with the hikers. They just give you, like, decorations and stuff. There, I found some spheres. Oh, okay, I guess I need to find more. Whatever. Let me actually find out if I'm allowed to go back in, because that's going to be pretty useful. I was concerned that I might not be able to get the shards to use the move tutors in this playthrough, but okay. That's good to know. I wouldn't have expected it. Alright, let me reload my state here then, and that was that. Here is a bicycle shop, which I can't do anything with yet. Anything else of use in here? They look so cool. They don't look like common thugs. It's gonna take more than 6 thugs. Nope, nope, I don't care what you're saying. More than 6 thugs. Here, what's the news, random hiker? Oh yeah, those teleporting escape ropes. I forgot about those. Okay. And we've got more mail and more useless Pokeballs. And I don't think I need to load up on anything else. And here's where the name raider is, I think. Yeah, which I don't need. Do you got that Pokemon named Buizel? It's a good way to get an early Chatot if you want one for whatever reason. I've not used a Chatot before. They're not terrible, but they're not great either. I also just... Actually, no, they're probably terrible. But, I just realized I've actually gone through pretty much the whole episode and have not explained my, old Pokemon game of the day thing. So let me go ahead and do that while I finish up this exploration. The next game after Silver was Sapphire for me. I did not play Crystal. And so, Sapphire and Ruby, for that matter, are kind of the point where, like, a lot of people jumped ship on the series. I was very close to that, actually. There was a long gap after I played Silver and restarted it and, like, did a part playthrough a couple times. Never did finish it completely again. Like, there were a couple points where I tried that, and then I basically just kind of got done with the series for a while, and I don't think I realized Ruby and Sapphire came out until a few months after they had. Like, I followed a little bit about them beforehand and knew, like, some of the Pokemon. Like, I know Wailmer and, Sharpedo, Duskull, like, some of the early release ones. Like, I knew kind of what those were, but that was about it. And eventually, at some point, I just kind of decided to, look up stuff on it, and looked over all the new Pokemon. I thought some of them were cool, some of them were a little dumb. Like, Love Disc. And that was pretty much it for a while, and then, I think my family kind of noticed that I was, like, taking an interest in the games, and so just kind of one day, they came back from Walmart, like, I hadn't gone with them, and, they just had Ruby and Sapphire, and a GBA SP, so that I could have that one and give my old one to Jordan, and the strategy guide, and I'm like, well, geez, okay. And so, I played through it, I enjoyed it. My team in that one was, Sceptile, Gardevoir, Manectric, Camerupt, Pelipper, and Castform. and this was still before I was doing nicknames for things. I think this was like the last game where I didn't do nicknames. Team was fairly decent. I didn't know a thing about natures, and I was still, at this point, I don't know if I ever mentioned this part before, but I never really knew the difference between physical and special attacks, and defense for that matter, but I should have healed before this fight. So it's like, I had a Gardevoir that was adamant, so it had like a very detrimental nature, and I didn't pay attention to like strength and stuff, but I mean, I managed. I remember having a hell of a time with the Elite Four. The only reason I beat it was because I saved before Steven, which was a bad idea, and I think I was getting stuck on, I forget which Pokemon it was. God, this is gonna suck. How am I gonna do this? Do I have any Lepa berries? Ugh. Okay, so here's how this is gonna go down. I actually don't know how this is gonna go down. I need to try to get in some lucky hits with Becky here. Okay. And let me go ahead and growth up again. Yeah, I definitely need to heal after this. But anyway, I forget what I was saying. I think there was just certain Pokemon that Steven had that I was having a really hard time with. And what I eventually ended up doing was teaching Gardevoir Toxic, which is kind of weird because it wouldn't have worked against any of his Steel types, but it still did the trick. I was able to stall things out with Toxic and eventually beat him. So that was pretty much how that game went. I played through it, attempted to fill the Ho Index, but never did actually complete that. I think I got to like, I want to say like 190, maybe like 188 out of the 200. There were just a lot of high-level evolutions and stone evolutions and stuff that I hadn't bothered with yet, and Milotic. I never did finish it. And after that game came out, like I said, I played it, I enjoyed it for what it was, and then I was kind of done for a while again. I'll get into what game I eventually went to after this in the next video, but I wasn't too impressed with it. I was one of those people that kind of felt like it was a step back because it was only one region. Gen 2 had 2 of them. It had not as many Pokemon to catch because it was 200 versus 250. Also, here's a Chingling. This is probably going to be my next team member. I actually need to pause here, though, and find out if this thing has multiple abilities, what its ability even is, and figure out if I need to worry about that. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Chingling has Levitate. It would not have any other abilities besides that, so we're going to go for it. And make sure I don't kill it. I did not. That is always good. Go ahead and actually attack it with Becky here. A little bit lower. And let's see, what kind of Pokeball do I want to put this thing in? I could use the Dusk Ball. It's probably the most fitting that I can use for this. Like, it's not a Dark type or anything, but I can't think of any other baby Pokemon that would really fit with that, so we'll give it a shot. And by that, I mean I'll save a state until it eventually works. There we go. So, we're going to use a Chingling, for a while at least. I don't think it's very good. And, I did not have a nickname for this thing until about a minute ago. It didn't take me very long to think of one. So, I thought of just calling it Bella, because it's a Belle. It's a male, so I'd have to catch a female if I was going to go with Bella. But, that is a really obvious nickname, and it also has ties to Twilight, which sucks, so I'm not going to call it that. It did make me think of something else, though. Bella is similar to Bello, or I think it's just pronounced Bella, actually. Bella Lugosi, like the old horror actor. So, he's Lugosi. Let's see what this thing looks like. Serious. Wait. Wow, I have 2 serious. Okay, that's interesting. Why so serious, team? Those are certainly some stats. I don't know if they're good or not. Confusion is decent. At least this thing actually has attacking moves. Alright, that is a step in the right direction at least. Let's go back and heal him. So, Terrence is no longer the only Pokemon on my team that I can use, which is definitely good. I'm gonna go ahead and put Becky away since I will not be needing her for a while. I grabbed my mouse thinking I can use the touchscreen for this, but no. No, that wasn't implemented yet, for some reason. Anyway, I kind of lost track of what I was saying before. Long story short, I was one of those people that thought that Gen 3 wasn't as good as it could have been, and I kind of resented it for a while. Later on, I kind of came to my senses and realized that it did take several steps forward in, like, advancing the series. It missed a few things that Gen 2 had, mostly just the day-night cycle and the multiple regions, but, like, it's not a big deal. Those were minor things, and they came back in later games anyway. So, I kind of learned to appreciate them later, and, here, let's actually go ahead and try this thing out in battle real quick. Yay, you beat something with bad special defense, and it didn't attack you. Aren't you proud? Can we take out an Onix? I'm gonna guess probably yes. Because despite being large and intimidating, Onix has the attack power of like a wet rag, and it chose to not attack me. Alright, well, there's one down. And here we have Mount Coronet, with an energy powder just kind of sitting inside a rock. Wait a second, hold on. Energy powder. Oh god, there's cocaine in this rock. I knew it! But anyway, not too much we can do in this place yet, but unless I am mistaken, I believe I can find a certain other team member in here. So I'm gonna wander around a bit and see if that happens. Also, I should probably fight stuff, but I'll just do it off screen. Okay, at risk of becoming a Dorothy Ann here, according to my research, the thing I'm looking for, which, for the record, is Cleffa, is not here during day hours, and so right now the game is, like, evening. Let's go ahead and change that, shall we? There. Time warp. Time warp tickers. Okay, let's see if we can find one now. Also, I have no idea why I was finding so many Nosepass earlier, because they should not have been that common. Here we go, possibly. So, finally found one. Cut out a lot of battles there, by the way. And, now I just have to hope that it has the ability that I want. So, let's, find out if it does. After I accidentally kill it with Mega Drain. I was actually worried there for a minute. Alright, and, yeah, that's pretty much all I can do here, so let's, go ahead and save before trying to catch it, in case this is not the one I want. That way I can keep my heal ball. And, I'm not going to bother nicknaming it, just in case this is not the one that I want. So let's find out. It is not. It has Cute Charm. I wanted one with Magic Guard, so I'm going to keep looking. Also, this one's holding a Lepiberry. So, we cut back until I find one. I have found another. Let's find out if it's, if this one is acceptable. Gotta enjoy speeding up stuff that is, probably going to be, like, very impactful on the rest of the run here. But, let's see if we got lucky this time. No, I did not. Attempt number 3. Okay, possibly lucky number 3. Let's find out. After I wake up and paralyze it. Maybe. Maybe that'll happen eventually. There we go. Alright. Can we not have to keep waiting around for this to go well? Let's find out. There we go. Magic Guard. Okay. Which means I can do this properly this time. Because that's all I needed to know. Speed up that animation anyway. The name writer is in Eternicity, so I really have no reason to not just do it that way, but let's be proper about this. Caroline does not have any specific meaning or significance. It's just a name that I like, and I always planned on, when I was going to have this just be a Cleffa solo run, it was going to be Caroline, so sticking with that name. We've got... What the hell are the odds? Like... Okay, there's 25 natures, so it's 1 out of 25, but the chance of getting 1 out of 25 3 times in a row... Again, I'm not good at statistics, but that's pretty low. At this point, I think every single one of mine has to be serious, just to fit with the theme. But anyway, got Magic Guard. Got, no physical attacks at all. That's a problem. Are you going to be the recipient of return? Because I think you might be. But we'll figure that out later. Point is, I've got 3 Pokemons. Terrence is now slightly over-leveled. And I need to level up my other 2, which I will do off-screen a bit, probably. But, that is a definite bit of progress in this episode. It's run a bit longer than they normally have been, so I'm going to be ending here. Next time we will probably be challenging the gym, honestly. I don't know what else I'd do. So, see you then.